want to extend my appreciation to you, Toyin, as well, and for the invitation. Today, I'm going to talk about the African Continental Free Trade Area and what, from my perspective and from institutional perspective, what this could mean for the future of the continent. I will also provide some examples on many interactions I have the chance to handle or to undertake with the private sector across the continent, whether while working with the UN Economic Commission for Africa or working with the UN Conference on Trade and Development. So I was quite happy to see Dr. Frimpong providing a few examples on cocoa. As you know, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, by the way, are the first producers of cocoa. But then when you see what's happening actually in this figure here, I've tried to present to give a sense of the integration of those countries to the international market. Figure A, the first one, actually provide us the value created along the cocoa value chains. As you know, the cocoa value chains moves from cocoa beans to cocoa butter, cocoa paste, and chocolate. And if you see clearly, the blue, which represent cocoa beans, actually, most of the value created in Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Ghana are done at the beans level, which of course means those countries depend really on the export of cocoa beans. That's what Dr. Frimpong has been explaining as well. But when you move to countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Brazil, that also produce cocoa, they are able also to add more value. Now, what's happening at a regional level? When we focus on at regional context, here we talk about the continent, intra-African trade, we see that Cote d'Ivoire and Cameroon, Ghana are doing better. So some of the processed cocoa products are sold within continental market. But then what is the percentage of those regional value vis-a-vis what is shipped toward international market? That's what we are seeing here. So you can clearly see that Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and Ghana, although they seem to be better integrated to regional value chains, the share of regional values is very low, less than 5%, vis-a-vis Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brazil, that are able to integrate better their continent, their regional market. So why is it, why do we have those pictures? And one of the things relate to the low integration of Africa. So this is just an example among others, a lot of others. That also bring a belief that with more push through the free trade area, whether through removal of non-tariff barriers or tariff barriers, the continent will be able to produce more of what it consumes. So now, one thing about the rationale of the free trade area in Africa, which is often called AFCFTA, which is African Continental Free Trade Area, is really to how do we move from the high dependence on commodities, and how do we today, especially in the context of COVID-19, how do we build stronger African economy? So the future, in the future of Africa, I think the political will is there will really depend on the way we can integrate each other as African. And this also gives opportunity to investors, whether from Africa or outside Africa, to produce within the continent and trade value added product that will benefit from the AFCFTA opportunities. I will share some of those opportunities later. So today, the fragmentation of African economy cannot be overstated. There are about 20 to 22 African countries with a population under 10 million. So those are very small markets. We have only about 3 countries Nigeria, Egypt, and Ethiopia, which are beyond 100 million. Oh, of course, the challenges in building competitiveness is one of the issue as well. The AFCFTA will try to address. So we are talking about opening a market among all the African countries, among all the African Union member states, that will help achieve scales economy in production for the private sector, and also improve competition and lower business costs through less costly trade facilitation measure. So to provide a quick overview of what is the AFCFTA about, so the agreement cover trade in goods, protocol on trade in services. So there is also provision for dispute settlement, which is a new thing for African free trade, any of the free trade area. There has been regional free trade area, like in ECOWAS and so, but there has not been any formal dispute settlement mechanism. Now with the AFCFTA, there will be a protocol on dispute settlement. Those protocol on trade in goods, trade in service, and dispute settlement has been more or less finalized. So there will be another phase, which is phase 2 of the negotiation, that will look at intellectual property rights, investment, and competition policies. Those were supposed to start earlier, but due to the COVID restrictions, they are still at the preparatory phases. And there will be another phase 3, which will look at the e-commerce. And as you know, Africa today does not have a common strategy for e-commerce. So the phase 3 negotiation will then help having a common ground for e-commerce. That, of course, will help then the economy better integrate to regional and world markets. Now, I quickly want to explain how the tariff liberalization on goods are going to happen under the AFCFTA. What has been decided actually is to divide the group basket of products in 3. The first one will be what is called non-sensitive products. So those products will be fully liberalized. So they represent about 90% of tariff lines. And what has been decided is also to give more time to those countries that are least developed, LDCs, to liberalize fully those products than those considered as non-least developed countries. 10 years will be given to LDCs to fully liberalize those non-sensitive products, and 5 years will be given to non-LDCs. So it's important to really go to each country to see for investment decisions which products are liberalized or not, to be able to start producing. And this is some of the interaction I'm personally also having with some private investors and the chief negotiators of countries. There is a second list of products that will be called sensitive products that will be liberalized from year 6. That means 5 years after the starting of the AFCFTA agreement. And for those products that are considered as sensitive products, it will only, they will be liberalized for over 13 years for LDCs, and then progressively liberalized for 10 years for non-LDCs. And the last basket of products, of course, are those products that will be excluded for liberalization. As you know, for some strategic reason, whether it's for food security purpose, national security, impacts on tariff revenues, and so, some countries might want to protect some of the product. So the AFCFTA gives them also room to exclude some product from the liberalization.